Hey everyone, it's Jennifer Roberts here, and I am the Podqueen. So we have had a few comments on the blog about different videos I've done, and this is something I want to do. I want to interact more, and I want to hear what your comments are. I want to know what your questions are, because I want to talk about what interests you. So I have interests. Of course, I'm always going to talk about what I don't talk about, but I also want to listen to my viewers. So you have the power. So this is what we're going to talk about today. There have been questions about Psalm 139. And as you know, Psalm 139 goes into great detail about the detail and the intentional design that the Lord created us, even in our mother's womb. I mean, He was so involved in the process. It's amazing. And so some of the comments have been, wait, my parents didn't want me, or I kind of felt rejected my whole life, or they even considered having an abortion. And I even have friends that they got pregnant under traumatic circumstances. And so now, is this child a product of sin, or how does that child feel about their sense of destiny? And I just think this is amazing, because the very fact that the child exists, is born, came forth, means that God wanted them alive. And even statistically, Jen's gonna get all heady. Okay, so say that a woman gets raped, traumatic, terrible situation. The fact that she got pregnant already is a miracle. Like, the statistics are so low when a rape victim actually gets pregnant, that if that child comes forth, God wanted that baby born. And yes, the circumstances were traumatic. It was terrible. It shouldn't have happened that way. But God gives beauty for ashes, and the child that comes forth is beauty. The child that comes forth is a gift from God. And so where the enemy meant to bring havoc and destruction and to take advantage and oppress and dominate over a woman, the Lord says, no, I'm going to let a child come forth from this. And that child is going to display my goodness. And so I have friends who have gone through those situations. And it is amazing to see the hand of God active in their child's life, to see the healing that was produced through a trauma to them from the Lord, from a baby. Amazing. So now that's an extreme. But even if your parents, you felt like they didn't want you, well, we got music playing in the background, people. It's like disco hour here in the library. So even if you feel like your parents didn't want you, maybe they didn't, but God did. And you're alive because He wanted you alive. Like, feel the sense of destiny over that. Don't feel rejection, feel chosen. And so I think there's a place to feel chosen, even in the midst of difficult circumstances surrounding a birth. Difficult circumstances surrounding your parents' relationship or the relationship to you. I mean, God wanted you alive. Feel the impact of that. Feel the dignity of that. Feel, wow, I'm chosen. Like my mom, she was a single mom. She had 5 of my brothers, and she married my dad, and they got pregnant and then got married. Now, I could feel shame that they got pregnant with me before they got married, or I could feel like a family hero. I brought the family together. Maybe they wouldn't have gotten married if they hadn't got pregnant with me. I mean, I know, goofy, whatever, but I'm not gonna let those circumstances rule me out, cause me to feel rejected. Something else that someone commented on, I thought it was great. They said, hey, you talk about being a foreigner because you don't speak the language and everything's unfamiliar and awkward, and as a foreigner you're trying to find your way. But there's another kind of foreigner. And so people can feel like a foreigner, especially if you're in a family and you're the only believer, and you're like, I don't feel like I fit here, and it feels awkward. And I get that. I understand the dynamics of being the one standing for righteousness when there's a bunch of unrighteous acts happening around, and you choose not to participate, and I get that. And I just want you to know, the Lord sees those choices you're making. The choices you make because of Him matter. He'll reward you for those. But then the other part of that is we're all foreigners, aren't we? I mean, this is not our home in essence. In Philippians, it talks about that we're part of another kingdom. Our citizenship is in something else. And so I may be a citizen of the United States, or I may be a citizen of Brazil, but really my ultimate citizenship is in heaven. And so all of us, even if you speak the language, even if you come from a perfect family, feel a little bit out of place because we're living for something differently. And ultimately, our satisfaction comes when Jesus returns. We're reunited, we're back together face to face like it was supposed to be in the garden in the beginning. So if you feel uncomfortable, good, you should. It means you're not making this temporary location your primary identity. It means you're living for something else. So be encouraged today. Yeah, we're all foreigners. We're all passing through this life. Good job. That's what the Podqueen thinks.